It's been a while since I've worked on this LP. Need to get back in the swing of things. I caught the Half-Life bug, and I just had to go back into Half-Life and do a few LPs. See if I can remember where I am. Got the Buffalo. I know I've already talked plenty about how I don't like zoom with iron sights. That is just a ridiculous amount of zoom. And there's no rear sight. But I otherwise love it. It makes me feel like Teddy Roosevelt on safari. Looks like this is 2/3 done. So I should do these. I'll start with the one that's the lowest level, 25. Too bad this overkill doesn't have an orc sword blade attachment.
Into the receptacle below. You're an organ donor, right?
I forget what the special attribute is of this thing.
I'm always happy to take your money. Remember, we're always open.
Sawtooth cauldron.
Jack, just take.
Can I check this already? Yeah. I freed up some drive space recently. That's another reason why I haven't been working on this LP as much, because my sessions tend to run long. Like an hour and a half or so. Sometimes 2 hours.
Sorry about blood.
I appreciate you saying that.
If it makes you feel it better. Jack killed my dog a lot slower than he did Bloodly.
I appreciate that a little bit less.
Hey, what about Roland? Ray kills are, in my opinion, the second best sniper rifles for sale. Oh, I don't know what I want to use. I might run into droids, so should probably take a Karate gun. Now, do I want to use the Scorpio or the Evil Smasher? Too many shots per burst. That's a good hammer buster. The only thing that would make this better is a pig sticker. Scorpio is mostly a keepsake. I'll play with the Evil Smasher some other time. Oh.
Hey, Slab.
Guns! I got them. You need them. Later, listener.
I forget how I'm doing all of this stuff.
Don't you come back!
Over a third of the way to my next purchase. Do a little bit of gambling before I disembark. I want mostly rid rocks. Thank you. Now I'm close to halfway to my next Rid Rock purchase. Ha! The only bandit machine pistol I really like is the Rat-a-Tatter.
Time! Move time!
By the way, I've upgraded some of my hardware since last time, so now I can have better resolution. I don't like the Bial. In my opinion, Jacob's guns just don't have synergy with flat-off or bandit barrels or parts. I do like double taps, but I don't like them elemental. I'll gamble down to somewhere between 60 and 65,000. Crowdsourcing is my favorite shotgun for sale. Does most of the damage that the development does. It may be green, but it's still good. Anarchist with a Jake grip. Jacob's grip improves damage and accuracy, but it slows down fire rate. Is that right? I think so. The Anarchist, or pretty much any Vlad machine pistol, can withstand that. Let's compare that to what I've got. That's the target subcompact versus refill subcompact. Refill's better. Plus, I don't like TD or scopes. I don't like scopes on SMGs. Even if they're accurate enough to warrant them. I prefer reflex sights on SMGs. And I'm down to 58.9 thousand. Still need to do this. I forget where one of the 5 vault symbols is here in Sanctuary.
And now for the latest edition of This Just In with Hunter Hellquist. This is Hyperion Truth Broadcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have won. With the death of Roland and the capture of Lilith, the Resistance is no more. Their remaining forces are all divided, confused, demoralized. Once and for all, Handsome Jack has proven his moral and intellectual superiority over the bandit hordes. This is Hunter Hellquist saying that Pandora is finally safe. Pandora is finally free.
Compare. Roughly evenly matched. Oh, what should I take with me? I've got all this. Oh, these good Jacob's guns. I'll leave the rake hill. Now I can disembark.
God for resistance.
And if this loadout turns out to be less than effective. Oh, look at that. A flat-off grenade. Flat-off has to be the villain at some point in some future Borderlands game. For a snack, I've got cheesy cheddar biscuits and sweet tea. What kind of parts does this have? It's a bandit shotgun with a Torg barrel, Pt.1 stock, and a Jacobs forearm. Good accuracy, too. For a Torg barrel shotgun.
Hope you've had your shots. You're an organ donor.
I like impact rifleman.
Farewell, friend.
Sprint. Oh. Unresponsive for whatever reason. Don't like the Torg reflex sight. It's overbuilt. What have I got? An amp shield or... Yeah. And, of course, my beloved fastball. Who doesn't... Everyone likes the fastball. I think I went with the amp shield because of the buffalo. Toxic Avenger. If you're one of my regulars, you already know I have a bizarre and twisted sense of humor. Don't you puke on me.
You're gonna be screaming!
Well, that's good enough.
Hurry up!
Or maybe not. Guess that Raquel would have come in handy.
Never should have come here! Atta girl!
Or,
Long time ago, there were these guys, the Crimson Lads, worked for the Axton Corporation. They tried to kill us. It was pretty funny. That treasure you're searching for belonged to the last of them.
I remember the days when I would melt lancemen with a defiler, and now they're our allies. Ugh, I should have brought the Raquel. Not that this overkill isn't effective. Use it in conjunction with a Karate Malawan sniper rifle, or flat off if you prefer.
After we killed their general, the remaining Lance either joined us in New Haven or went rogue. The rogue ones set up shop in Old Haven, robbing and murdering anyone within a turn's throw of their little city.
Too bad I didn't get anything interesting from that midge. Not really looking for anything in particular. Maybe a blue or better TDR SMG. I like TDR SMGs for scoring second wins. I don't usually do the TDR Axton thing. I'll probably have to kill Mortar again. That's not a problem. Exclamation point. I'll try to remember to look for that.
New friend! Nice time! Won't live so much!
What's he saying? Quit live so much? I want to get something blue out of this, so you guys level up as much as possible. Blue or better.
Give me your chance!
Bro! Rocking out the Jesper Kid.
Just die!
Well, at least I was.
Some nice gear you got.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, well. If you want Goliaths to level up, you need non-shooty enemies for them to kill. Otherwise, you're relying too much on chance. Finish him!
Some nice gear you got.
Wish I had a pig sticker on the Hammer Buster or the Buffalo and an orc sword bayonet on the Overkill. I have a Krieg who has an Overkill like that with an orc sword bayonet on it. It's so much blood.
Judson, the little lady.
Die. Ah,
Miss me?
I meant to do that. Could you tell? Tactician rules. Tactician was one of my favorite Roland class mods in Borderlands 1. It's what I always used for the end game. Actually, I would use it in conjunction with something to regen ammo, depending on whether it was playthrough 1 or 2. That way I could provide for my own health and ammo. On playthrough 1, I would use, as Roland, for the endgame, a Tactician class mod. Usually, let's see, a level 34 Pangolin Shield would be my top choice. Oh! I'd always have an equalizer. No matter which character. An equalizer that's either electric or I'd pair it with an electric Malawan revolver, preferably with a Type 4 or Type 5 barrel. A good one, for example, is a Viper, so I can take out Guardians at long range. On playthrough 2, because of how tough the Destroyer is, typically be either level 52 or 61, whereas on Playthrough 1, I'm pretty sure the Destroyer is always level 33. I've never seen anything other than that. Personally, I think on Playthrough 1, the Destroyer should be level 37 or 40. That'd be a lot more fun. Level 33 just seems low. And for Playthrough 2, I think it should be... Well, 52 is pretty good. 61 makes for a good battle, if you're anything lower than that. See if I can shoot through that hole. I know I shouldn't have done that. I should have switched to my overkill. So in Playthrough 2, as Roland, I used an S&S, what was it? I think it was a Glorious Massacre, purple label, had a Type 5 barrel, super accurate, good fire rate too. I love to farm these Goliaths, but it's just too hard. For them, I mean, not hard for me, hard for them to not die. Because in this area, they've got to fight against shooting enemies, enemy personnel, as opposed to monsters. And that's just not a good way to get Goliaths to level up. No matter how tough they get, they're never survivable enough. When they've got to contend with all these enemies shooting at them. So I'm just going to kill them.
Give me your damn one! Get on God!
I love overkills. I know everyone says bandit guns suck, but some of them are good. Really good. The room cleaner can be really good with the right parts to give it an accuracy of at least 20. It's mostly just their assault rifles and LMGs that are mediocre. The majority of them. Some of them can be decent or better.
After a few weeks, Roland and Lilith headed to Old Haven and wiped the rest of the Lance out. The Lanceman kept saying something about a treasure of stolen loot they'd stashed somewhere.
What does that remind me of? Oh yeah. Old Haven and that secret place in the Doll Headland in Borderlands 1. Except that was... Finish him! Another midget that yields no reward. That's lame, man. How can you have me fight this many midgets and I don't even get a blue? Or even a well-parted green? Finish him! Yeah, I'm getting distracted fighting these guys. Yeah. I don't like Malawan revolvers in Borderlands 2. They're top of the line in Borderlands 1. Is there anything else to do here? I'd go back to the shops and sell stuff, but I've got plenty of dosh. I could drop all the surplus stuff I have. Wouldn't make a huge difference. See? Something about the sights. They're not... It's not just that, it's also the view box, which is not too extreme. And, you know, there's got to be some kind of handicap. Yeah, that's what it is. Your point of aim is actually just slightly above the front post sight. So you should line up your sight picture between the ears of the front sight. And just imagine, fill in the gaps with your imagination. You have to sort of imagine that. Wish I had a mouse wheel on my keyboard so I could zoom in on this. Imagine that the post sight right there is like 50% higher than it actually is. Sucks that you have to do that. I've got a bead on here. That's shotgun nomenclature. Shotgun's probably not the most ideal weapon to use as a buzzard gunner. I actually prefer the room cleaner over the overkill for the same reason I prefer the Hulk over the Ravager. More efficient. It does most of the damage, most of the amount of damage. Oh, that was a good shot. Money shot. With 75% the ammo expenditure. And in my opinion, the Bandit shotgun barrel is the overall best. Kablooey! Oh, so much fun. I'm having too much fun, Marcus. What do you think of that? I knew this would be a good combo. This is what I need. That's right, I'm running low on ammo. Acid revolvers in Borderlands 1 just melt vehicles. Forget trying to take on vehicles with your own vehicle. Acid revolvers are even more efficient than rocket launchers. Even better than what I call payload rifles, which are explodey-powered sniper rifles. The best one being the Torg Cobra. But even standard greens, green or better, explodey payload rifles in Borderlands 1 are just fantastic. I always underestimate the blast radius.
So what's this Zero guy doing on Pandora in the first place? I don't know. Angel, you got a brain the size of a planet, so don't give me your own.
From what footage we have of him, I can't even tell if Zero's human or not.
Well, what do you mean not human? Is it a robot, an alien, what?
Threshers.
It's killing time!
Shotguns are great against threshers. Alright. Once again, I'm getting distracted. Come on. Did I get it? Yeah. Whoa! Didn't realize I was standing there. Hey, it's a cactoid. How pretty. This might be a good place to let a Goliath level up. If you kill all the shooty enemies. Give me threshers. Wish I hadn't killed those other ones. Except for the slag singularity. That thing would have annihilated me pretty quick. If you don't respond to those fast enough, they can mess you up. Come on, man, swing those fists. You're just standing there letting them whip you. Told ya. Doofus. Doofy go nuts. Does anyone besides me like booster shields? I watch a lot of live streams and let's plays and whatnot. Only recently started watching live streams. I've noticed not a lot of use of... it's not great. Good resale for a green. Not a lot of use of booster shields. I love them. That must be the one that I did already, because it's up.
Cool story,
So not a lot of use of booster shields, and everyone assumes that all or most bandit guns just aren't good. The rocket launchers are great. My personal faves, actually. Especially if they have as much Malawan parts on them as many Malawan parts on them as possible. And either a Malawan or flat-off barrel. I like bandit launchers with bandit launchers with flat barrels. Because they launch a salvo of 3 rockets at a time, and having a triple barrel on the front makes that look more legit. Although technically I think they actually benefit more from having a Malawan barrel as well as many Malawan parts as possible. Especially the exhaust port. I think the exhaust port matters more than the grip. But don't quote me on that. Sprint. What's with the delay? How much shot?
You got all the map pieces, huh? Looks like you should go to Caustic Caverns and follow the clues. Everything goes well, you'll be one rich slab.
Back to Caustic Caverns. Dig it. I love that place. Ha! Oh, you know what I should have been doing? I should have been using my fastball grenades on buzzards. You know what else I don't think I've ever done? I don't think I've ever used TD or Malawan contact grenades against rack in Borderlands 1. I don't recall ever doing that. Alright, now what do I want to do? I didn't really have a plan as such. I usually do, but this time wouldn't say I'm flying blind. It's just there's a lot to do. Yeah, this seems more interesting. I want to do all the interesting side quests before I finish the game. Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! Alright. Now I should head back to Sanctuary. First I should look around for some chests. I don't remember where they are, if there are any. Here. do like the hammer buster. Somewhat. I think it's not so much that some people don't like the hammer buster. I just think it's more that they prefer something like, say, the Farouk, an actual assault rifle, as opposed to a battle rifle. How much space? Plenty. Oh, look at that. Muck-a-muck. Compared to my Buffalo. It has what looks like a dull scope. A matching Jake barrel. What kind of grip is that? What kind of grip is that? Is that a Jacobs grip? That's a dull scope, which means this is under-scoped for its capabilities. The 97 accuracy was just a 4.8 scope. Screw that noise. I'd rather take the scope off and just use plain old iron sights. Malawan barrel. Malawan grip. I don't think that has a lot of synergy with Jacobs. But, hey, the stats are good, so if it works. Oh, and look at this. Isn't that interesting? What do I want? What do I need? Something corrosive, maybe? But not a shotgun. I've never liked elemental shotguns. I like my shotguns pretty basic. I like them to have it... Oh, It's only too bad that's not an SMG. I only like legendary or unique Malawan revolvers in Borderlands 2. Red Rock, I'll always take that. I only like dull aftermarket machine pistols if they have a twin shot accessory. Preference for dull machine pistols with a matching dull barrel is a big stick. Don't like splitters. I don't like any spinny gun barreled guns. They're just not my style because they're not accurate. And it gives me two in a row even. Two different ones. I don't even like those when I play as Sal. I'd much rather use a Torg Lance, maybe even a pair of Torg Lances. Actually, any aftermarket Torg assault rifle. The Lance is just my top favorite. I don't care for Torg barreled assault rifles of any type. I'll make use of them. That's useful. Under certain circumstances. What kind of barrel does that have? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's check that out. Iron sights that actually line up. Something I like about Hyperion SMGs compared to others is if they have iron sights, they actually line up right. If I recall, fire weapons really come in handy in the caustic caverns. A room cleaner. See the accuracy on that? It's the only thing holding it back. And it has a Torg stock and a Jacob's forearm, plus a foregrip accessory. I think the foregrip accessory somehow increases magazine capacity. Don't ask how the logic behind that works. That's Borderlands 2 logic. I'll gamble down to 50,000, maybe a little below. Now head on back. Oh, look at that. As per typical, just one off. One notch off. Hulks are always good. This one has a Hyperion stock and a Bandit forearm, and yet the accuracy is still serviceable. On a Hulk, I will accept accuracy as low as 15. Because it's kind of a special purpose type of gun. It's not a conventional shotgun. It's actually a rocket launcher. Oh, and once again, one notch off. Would have scored a ledge otherwise. I've never gotten a ledge out of a one-armed bandit machine. Oh, here I've gone down lower than I said I would. Alright then, I'll keep going until I'm down to 40,000. Well, I'm not addicted. Okay, maybe I am, but only in this game. I'm not a gambler in real life. I don't even buy lottery tickets. Favor the Pounder over the Hulk only if you haven't upgraded your shotgun SDU to the green. So only favor... only on a Torg shotgun, actually in general. Only favor the Jacob's barrel over the Bandit barrel way early in the game. Now here I've gone down below 40,000. I don't like Vlad barrels on Jacob's battle rifles. Jakes are best with matching Jake parts. Well, their revolvers are versatile. Ha! Somehow I knew I maxed out. Actually, I didn't really. It just felt like it. Oh, and this Jacob's revolver, which has a Vlad grip, doesn't really benefit from that. But it has a Malawan reflex sight. I always say I love that because it's a futuristic holographic reflex sight on a retro single-action revolver. That just looks awesome. So much damage. Awesome Jakes. Oh, you! Got some cowboy action shooting going on up in here. Oh. cowboy action shooters don't use the fan to hammer technique. I'm sure I've talked about that in previous episodes. And I don't remember the way I came. Oh, here it is. I should just get going. Back to Sanctuary first. Then back to the Caustic Caverns. Cowboy action shooters prefer the cross-thumb grip, which is only useful for single-action revolvers. You'll see people in movies hold all kinds of handguns that way because they don't know what they're doing, and the director didn't bother to do their research to say, hey, this is how things should be done, so let's make sure we do things right. You can't blame the actors for that because, well, actors who take the extra step to do their own research on stuff like that, basically playing the role of their own technical consultant in order to be as authentic as possible. It's not just method actors who do that. Well, I think they score extra kudos for making sure that they put forth the greatest effort.
Die for me, bitch!
That's grody.
You lucky bastard!
I'd let you level up more if there were more threshers for you to fight.
I got the need to see.
What do you mean by that? $560. Oh, that has a pig sticker on it. Nah, I only use Malawan SMGs if they're blue or better, because I like that rotating disc. It looks cool. Let's see, where's that? What am I looking for? I need to run counterclockwise. Come on, midget. There it is. The path I was looking for.
Time for squishing!
You fellas meet the missus? Thanks, honey!
What does he say? Bury me with my shotty? Well, if it's well parted, I don't blame you. I'd want the same thing.
Dying time! My time is over!
Zone sportsmanship style. Give me the cash. Wouldn't mind getting my mitts on a blue or better room cleaner to replace this overkill, like I said, for its greater efficiency. Especially if it's a slicing room cleaner. With an orc sword blade attachment. First, go back to Sanctuary. Realign my loadout. It's a nice citrine material type. I think that's what that's called. In Borderlands 1, the best Jacob's material type was Double X. Hyperion reflex sights have too much zoom. Still, well, look. Keep the refill. Sell the fresh. Keep the Hulk till I get a blue or better one. Don't like elemental Hyperion sniper rifles. Just not as good as... Really the only elemental sniper rifles I like are anything Malawan or the Vladoff Droop. Any variation of the Droop, especially the Lyuda, of course. Check the shops.
If you got the money, I'll save your gold-earned life.
Should also do this. Kind of hard to do that as Krieg because he's so big and tall. Not unlike Brick. I've never been able to do anything with a Hyperion sniper rifle that I couldn't do better with a Jake. Every manufacturer seems to make one type of gun that I like less than all the other types of guns they make. So in the case of Dahl and Hyperion, it's their sniper rifles. But I like everything else they make. I don't care for Dahl laser guns in the pre-sequel. I only use Hyperion or Malawan laser guns. What else? I don't care for Malawan revolvers unless they're unique or legendary. But as I've said before, in Borderlands 1, I always get plenty of use out of any and all well-parted Malawan revolvers with any elemental types.
Stay away.
One effective strategy for the end game in Borderlands 1 is to pack both an offensive and defensive
I complain, but this place is bleeding.
class mod. Base your build on the offensive one. Keep the defensive one for health regen only.
What you want?
I mean, these things aren't set in stone, of course. You can mix and match however you see fit. It's just, this is a technique that I've found to be useful.
Welcome to Dr. Zed's Portable Clinic. What can I get for you? You're an organ donor.
Might as well do some more gambling. For example, as Roland, you might go heavy gunner, or well, it depends. Let's say you've got to have tactician, that's for sure. That's to regen your health. This is if you're playing solo, and you need some kind of ammo regen. So you could go with either commando or rifleman, or support gunner, of course, or alternatively, you could have any TD or legendary. And use that to regen at least one ammo type. That's usually what I do, and I just use tactician. That way you have health regen and ammo regen. Well prepared. Scout rifle's good. Bandit barrel actually isn't bad on a Dahl assault rifle. Even though it does slow down bullet velocity, the bullets hit hard. And it fires tri-bursts, which I prefer over 4 or 5 round bursts.
Move time!
Oh, what am I interested in? Probably won't need a corroding weapon for caustic captains. Fire will probably be better. And I went down below 50,000. And almost scored a blue, 1 notch away. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. By that I mean, give me a good fire weapon, blue or better. I'll even accept the green if it's well parted. Wouldn't be a bad launcher. Looks like it has Torg and or bandit parts. I like rockets that go fast. Went down below 40,000. Let's compare that green Mal to the green Hype. You like how I give nicknames to everything? Despite the stats, these are probably pretty close to evenly matched. They both have Malawan, stocks, and barrels that match their brands. Mal on Mal, Hype on Hype. I use Malawan SMGs all the time, so I'll keep the Hype this time.
Please insert any donated organs into the receptacle below.
Already have a booster shield. Don't like TD or scopes. Sometimes I can manage a dull sniper rifle. I like them with flat-off barrels. Malawan barrel. Front sight but no rear sight. Doesn't really matter though, since it's a Teddy. On a TED SMG, I use it, like most people use them. You only fire a few shots, maybe even only one shot, and then you throw it.
Come on back anytime.
Got myself back up over 50,000. Acid and exploding are for fighting droids.
I appreciate you saying that.
If it makes you feel any better. Jack killed my dog a lot slower than he did Bloodwing.
I appreciate that a little bit less.
I really only like the Droop. When it comes to Vlad snipers, so I might sell that. Now that's just a good, well-rounded SMG. Well-built. So even though it's a green, it's a good, well-parted gun. Oh, let's see. So many options. I kept this for a reason, I'm pretty sure. And I kept this because it's perfectly parted. A perfectly parted Transmurder. All of its parts are Hyperion, including the reflex sight. See how it compares to this. I don't have any good fire weapons, do I? Resistance. What else did I have? Yeah, these badge relics are always fun, but they pertain to specific weaponry, and I'm using a variable loadout. Probably won't really need the iron. It's just fun to use. Oh, slag's always good. Amp or booster, my two faves. Always a tough decision. Do I go with an offensive boost or a defensive boost? I use booster shields probably more often, so I'll stick with the amp. Plus it's a higher level. Stick with the overkill. Stash the quad. Resourceful. And I'll give the efficient tactician class mod to one of my other Axtons. I knew there was a reason why I kept it. Notice how I haven't respect to match my class mod. I don't commonly do that, which is why I usually prefer green class mods over blue. Well, it depends. Of course, it depends on the combination of bonuses. Now, I don't need all this. I mean, all of this. I won't need the iron. It's just fun. I wish this was something other than slag. Just plain exploding would be good. Explodey, go nuts. Stash the Transmurderer. I could play around with the Evil Smasher, but it's just such a novelty, niche type of thing. Torg revolvers are good, but I've always preferred blast rifles. If I'm going to use a Torg, it's probably going to be a shotgun or a blast rifle. I don't know. Flat rocket launchers are always good. They're not my faves, though, because they're kind of ordinary. This one has a Vlad barrel, Vlad exhaust port, TDOR grip, which speeds up reload speed. I think it might also reduce magazine size, but if you've got at least 5, that's fine. A rocket launcher is good if it has at least 3, if it holds at least that many. 2, if it holds only 2 rockets, then in my opinion, it needs to have some other exceptional quality to make up for it. Like, for example, Torg, because they do extreme damage, can get away with being a 2-shooter. And the top-fed magazine, I like that concept. Even though that looks more like it would hold something other than rockets. Rockets wouldn't have a curved mag. If they're feed from a mag, it would be straight. But I like how that looks like a ZB-26, except that's a machine gun, a Czech machine gun. Basis of the British brand. Oh, how should I put this here. This here. This here. I'm anticipating threshers galore.
And no questions asked. Good luck. You can always trust the gun that you're saying.
Haven't been here in a while. Love the music here, especially the ambient. Need something with the bayonet or blade attachment. Shroom.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
Oh.
Stay alive.
It's a good pangolin shield. The health decrease is negligible. Pangolin shields become more viable once you hit at least level, let's say somewhere between 15 and 20. Follow clues. Maybe I'll play around with the Varks later. Get a few of them to level up. Oh, I just realized. Maybe I should have brought that Hulk. Hulks. Great. Hulks are great for destroying armored enemies, like say badass parts. That have an armored carapace. Hulks also rip voids apart. See how I did remapped my loadout So it goes in ascending order according to accuracy or effective range, except for the rocket launcher, because I'm just accustomed to putting rocket launchers in slot 4, unless I have a sniper rifle there. So if I have a sniper rifle in slot 4, I'm probably not using a rocket launcher. Blah. Oh, I forgot to sell my, what is that, a pushka? Yeah. It's not bad, it's just, if I'm going to use Vlad, I want to use a Droog. Finish him! Is that him? Leave the big game to me. Oh wait, that's Morty's line. Skeet shooting with a high-powered rifle. Not really viable. Go ahead and evolve. Take a bite of my biscuit here. I hope safari rifles become a regular thing in future Borderlands games. Safari rifle is what I call it if it's a scopeless sniper rifle.
Nothing like a turret, kid.
Love that phalanx shield. If Bandit made a sniper rifle, I imagine it would basically be a Droog with a Bandit paint job and no scope. It would always have no scope. And it would be the Bandit concept of a Droog, so it would be less accurate but would have higher capacity and would deal about the same damage. Finish him! Axe happy, Axton is axe happy! Finish him! Wagon Wheel magazine. How the mechanics of that work, I have no clue. He's shaking around too much to make my shots count really well. Finish him! Doomstick! Finish him! I like the reload. Finish him! On bandit shotguns. Overkill! Have I used the buffalo on spider ants yet? I don't think I have. I bet it's awesome against spider ants. Oh, this torch sight. I'd rather just have plain old iron sights. Even though on Jacob's battle rifles, they never line up. The front sight does, for the most part, but the rear sight doesn't. They need to fix that in Borderlands 3. They need to make the sights line up right. I mean, why even have ADS gameplay mechanics if you're not going to do it right? By do it right, I mean just make the sights line up the way they're supposed to. So effective. Destroy you. Look at he's shaking around too much. Oh, that was a good daze. These obstacles in my way. So annoying. Vladov reflex sight is possibly one of the most desirable sights on, well, definitely one of the most desirable, if not the most desirable type of sight to have on any assault rifle or battle rifle. Oh, if I had reloaded this sooner, that would have been a perfect shot. Good high-power loadout I've got going on here. Deep Star 6. The look of this place reminds me of Alien 3. I've probably mentioned that before in the past. That doesn't even maintain its value. I've seen whites of that same level that were worth 3 times that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a ladder. You climb it. Oh, come on. Video game logic. Pretty sure I've already discovered that. But I should double check. Oh! Video game logic, why do you do this to me? How many times in a row can you do this to me? This is not a difficult task. Don't make it difficult. Yeah, I thought I did. Just had to be sure. Oh, this game. The Half-Life games do stuff like this to me all the time. I still love them. Would love them more if they didn't have those lame things that are lame. Nope. Don't need to collect junk and sell it at this point. I'm on a mission. So I'm not going to play around with the parks. Trying to get them to level up. I think Vermivorous doesn't spawn on normal mode. Acid-soaked railway. So I should probably ignore the map signal. Oh, hold on. I just remembered there's a weapon crate. No, not these, obviously. These are ammo crates. Easter egg on that island. It's not Easter Island, it's Easter Egg Island. Best to use a shield that reduces acid damage. Double dose of lame. Bandit Smith, well, 888. Bandit Smegs can be decent. See, that has a good resale value, despite being white. Because it's Malawar instead of Tedior. Well, Mal Sniper compared to a Ted pistol. Of course, it's as you would expect. Value-wise. The Digger's Shadow. What's the Digger? I imagine that's some kind of... Oh. Of course, the Digger machine. But there are lots of different digging machines. I guess I should start with the biggest one. Acid-soaked railway. I heard another one erupt forth from the ground. Give me the cash. I already did the Minecraft thing. You want to play it that way? Ha! I love the Caustic Caverns. There's so much to do here. I love the atmosphere. It's like Journey to the Center of the Earth. Only it's Pandora. And you're not really anywhere near the core of the planet. Acid-soaked rail. Oh, while I'm here, there's a stalker mod for Minecraft, by the way. Who knows, there might even be a Borderlands themed mod for Minecraft. I've never played it, but I really like the concept of it. It's because it rewards creative thinking. It's like video game Legos in concept. True sandbox style. Choose your own adventure style. Plus, one of the tools you get is a pickaxe, also known as a mattock, which reminds me of Xanadu, my all-time favorite action RPG game of all time. Xanadu, I call it the Skyrim of the 80s. I guess you have to use melee. This also kind of reminds me, and this would probably also be true of Minecraft, reminds me of a game called Spelunker, which I think was originally an arcade game. But me being of the Nintendo generation, it's the Nintendo version that I remember. I think I only rented it once, and I didn't really care for it. Spelunker. Fire one shot and do a tactical reload. Oh. Thought that was too close. Well, this is no longer a viable cover. Oh!
Incoming back!
Sprint! That's unusual. Red Rock. I like customizations. You see how 2 fastballs went straight through that creepy go nuts? See if this stuff floats in the air. I think it does. If I recall. Yeah, it does. But now I think I've screwed myself out of breaking those at the top. Come on. It's just barely. There we go. Ha! See? Oh! I'm getting a bit distracted, aren't I? It's alright, I freed up enough drive space. This can be an extra long episode. Okay, I'm bored with that. Isn't there something in here? Don't feel like chiseling my way all the way through all of that. If there was a chest or something back there, then it would be more worthwhile. Under the acid-soaked railway. They keep pushing me back like that, so I can't do a melee strike on their crystal legs. Or leg crystals. I use a doomstick. They're resistant to exploding power. That means a Torg shotgun isn't ideal. Fingers getting sweaty, go nuts. Acid-soaked railway. Now, this doesn't seem quite so acid-soaked, more like next to a river of acid. Finish him! Something about this music reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Leviathan from 1989. What? That's not dirt, that's metal. Wagon Wheel Magazine. Digger's Shadow. Acid-soaked railway and Digger's Shadow. Oh! That Hulk would come in handy. Oh.
Hey, stand in front of it!
This is why I bought this. Just a moment. Digger's Shadow. Probably wasn't the best idea. Acid-soaked railway.
It's killing time! Nothing like a turret kill! Another turret kill!
Something's killing my frame rate.
Yes! More of that!
So check the shop.
Guns! Glorious guns!
Oh no, that's a really good launcher. That might be better than my Vlad. Let's get a look at this. It's a perfect hybrid. All the parts are Vlad. And the Bandit Bombardier is... one of my fave, it's my fave rocket launcher that's neither legendary nor unique.
That'll cause some fear too.
Acid-soaked railway. Get out of my way. Fire 2 shots and reload. Frivolous tactical reload is frivolous. Digger's Shadow. Decent resale value. This isn't a digger, this is a crusher. Oh, it has a scope. Too bad it has a scope. Oh. Let's fight this thing. With this. And this. Structurally superfluous scope on an otherwise excellent gun. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, annoying. Well, Digger's Shadow. Pick it up, 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 come on. Use key, don't fail me out. That's pretty good. Alloy barrel. Torg. Exhaust port, Vlad grip. Still like the Bombardier better. Bombardier is actually how you say that. It's a French name. Fine. Should have tried a fastball on a badass Vark. Oh, Digger's Shadow. Digger, what is the Digger? The word digger describes a lot of different types of industrial machinery. That's not a digger. That's a dump truck. This isn't a digger, this is... what do you call that? Well, that's no ordinary forklift. Super heavy duty. I've operated forklifts before, but never one like that. Pick it up. I mean, open up, open up. Use key, don't fail me out. Give me another badass pyre thresher. So I can really test out my new Bombardier. Under the acid-soaked railway. It just seems like that would imply this area down here. Acid-soaked railway. Under the acid-soaked railway. Digger's Shadow. Oh no, I'm running around in circles. And if I end up running around in circles a bit too much, I'll call it for this episode and come back to it later. Acid-soaked railway. I don't recall there being any acid-soaked railways. Just railways that happen to be next to acid but not soaked in it. Please be just ordinary threshers. I mean, come on, I want a badass. Worthy test for my new Bombardier. Bombardier is one of my favorite class mods for brick in Borderlands 1. But it's got to be a 5-line purple model 550 or better, 660 being the best, with rocket regen. They're made by Dahl and Pt.1. No, you know what I might do? Maybe I'll just let Varks fight Crystalists. Fight at least a few super ultra badass Varks if I can get any to evolve that much. There's a standard issue badass already. Get this out of the way. Oh, you can't. Frivolous tactical reload. Wish that badass Vark would evolve. That's a built-in piston. Oh, this is taking too long. Screw it. Don't like the Grenadier. It's too inefficient. Something's killing my frame. Well, I couldn't find the... Oh. Never noticed that before.
Feeling overburdened by
Yeah, I'll come back to this later. It's just taking too long. I could go to someplace and get cheaper rockets, but...
May help you kill many things. Don't die. Get your health
I don't feel
and
like
shields
it.
right here.
I would get some use out of this if it didn't have a scope. It doesn't need a scope. Ugh.
Next time.
I'll stick with the overkill.
Bleed to death. Just think. Doctors say.
Overkill's better for Axton anyway. Development's better for Sal. I will actually keep this one. Maybe give it to one of my other characters. It's a pretty good singularity. It'll be better with the fuse time of 0. Yeah, I'll come back to this later. Go back to Sanctuary, check the shops, put some stuff in the secret stash, and I'll call it for this episode.
Did you? I think I'm lost.
Fire gun already. I always find guns you don't need.
This just is. Jack doesn't have the balls to kill anybody.
Back off.
Almost dead? I can fix that. Next time you're bleeding to death, just think.
I don't like TDR rocket launchers. Oh, it's a 24.
Your cash ain't worth a thing if you don't spend it. Tell your friends, Merkel's munitions.
I don't like TDR barrels on SMGs. Unless they're TDR SMGs.
It's a fault hunter.
Let's just get this out of the way. Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of dead adventurers. Not from me, if you want to live. Welcome to Dr. Zed's Portable Clinic. What can I get for you?
This and all my ammo is maxed.
Sorry about blood, Wayne boy.
I appreciate you saying that.
If it makes you feel any better. Jack killed my dog a lot slower than he did blood.
I appreciate that a little bit less.
I can give up either of these two anarchists. Unending or woeful? 357. I'll keep the woeful for its faster fire rate. Don't really need that. Don't really need this crowdsourcing either. Well...
Hey, Slab!
What would any one or more of my other characters benefit from the most? Let me check something. Was hoping I'd run into Mike. Don't feel like searching all over for him though. Oh. Actually, don't really need the slag launcher now that I have this. Quick Drawler Bombardier.
You can always trust the gun at your side. I always find guns you don't need.
Don't like slag for rocket launchers anyway. I would rather slag an enemy with something else. Like, say, Ruby, or a Malawan SMG, or maybe a Vlad machine pistol or whatnot, and then hit them with a rocket. Or multiple rockets. I'll do some gambling before I call it. Not bad. If I didn't already have a hammer buster, could get some use out of. I would like a blue or purple double tap with a bayonet, a flat off reflex sight, accept any type of stock or grip. Preference for doll. Too bad that has a scope. Don't like scopes on handguns. Don't like scopes on handguns of any type, even if it's a high accuracy Jake. That could be handy. When it comes to elemental TDOR SMGs, I like Slag the best. What's that, a cannon? Look at the resale value on that. I might have to use that. Cannons don't usually impress me very much. I always expect them to be more powerful than they turn out to be.
Get your health and shields right here.
Sure is pretty. It has a flat reflex sight. Torgue barrel, Jacob stock, bandit grip. Oh, this is almost a perfect hybrid. Dull barrel, dull stock, dull reflex sight, Hyperion grip. Perfect hybrid is what I call it if there's a matching number of components on a weapon body of a different manufacturer. So if this had a Hyperion, if one of these parts was Hyperion along with the grip and the other two were Dahl, it would be a perfect hybrid. If all these parts were Dahl, it would be a perfect hybrid. Or if all the parts were Hyperion, perfect hybrid. And I'll decide which of those to keep and which to sell some other time. Yeah.
Look alive out there. I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
I can give that amp to one of my other characters. That might be more useful than one of these things I have in here. Efficient tactician. Yeah, I'll sell the Singularity.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else.
I prefer
I made sure of
Contact Singularity, fuse time of 0.0.
that. Lock and load.
Cool. $5 figures,
Now
worth
get
it.
to Caerbannog.
Definitely
A
worth it.
fantastic day for capitalism. Come back any day.
I needed a good fire weapon. Now that I've got that,
If you want to leave.
pretty sure I won't need this.
Come on.
Guns, glorious guns.
Too bad this isn't a double tap. Yeah, I know. Why use this when I have the Hammer Buster? Well, because I like Dahl assault rifles, especially if they have bayonets. I just like pig stickers. Pig stickers on everything. Sounds like someone's trying to get my attention on Discord. How much time was left on the shops?
Almost dead? Ah,
11.
fix that.
Yeah, I'll call it for this episode. Elmer Thud.
What you been up to?
I've been playing as you in Borderlands 1 lately. And that's an awesome vest. I reckon I could get a vest like that. Totally Mad Max. Catch you on the flip side and see you next mission.